Hey guys, LootWizard here with another video, and yes, I know I'm a little bit late, but this is the first Friday of the month, and as always, we try to get the new Mythic, and here it is. The new Mythic is called the Flame of Anu. So hopefully we have some good luck this time. We're going to take a look at this Mythic, and I'll give you my evaluation on what I think about it, if it's worth getting or trying to get. And sometimes Mythics aren't that good. Sometimes they're only, they're, I don't know why the developers do this, but sometimes they make Mythics kind of weak. So yeah, let's get right into it. It's called the Flame of Anu. Let's go and take a look at what it does first before we go and try to get it. So here it is, and here's its ability. It says that it deals 32 damage to the first two enemies boosted by burning and fairy fired enemies, and the boost ratio is 5. Now, its ability, its trait here says that it will burn and fairy fire a random enemy when matching 4 or more gems. So it looks like the maximum amount of extra damage that can do is 40, right? Because if every enemy is burning and has fairy fire to it, it'll be what, 8 times 5, which is what, 40, I think. I'm not that great at math, honestly. But it says it deals 32 damage to the first two enemies, which isn't that good. And then, of course, you're going to have diminishing returns on damage because every enemy that dies, you're going to get less of a boost. So, I wish there was some mana generation to this, and the fact that it's 24 mana cost, it's red, yellow, and blue. I wish that we had some kind of mana generation for this because that would make it so much better. It's not even doing splash damage; it's just doing generic damage. I don't know what the developers are thinking with this troop. I can't see that it's any more powerful than some of the legendary troops that have come out. So I wouldn't consider this a mythic. This is more of like an average type of legendary. So I would treat it as such, except for most legendaries are less of a mana cost. So for the type of ability that this has, I would expect this to be a 20 mana cost mythic troop instead of a 24. So my personal recommendation here is going to be don't try to get this mythic, even if you have a lot of keys saved up for it, because it's just not that good. I would save up for a lot of other great mythics. But seeing as I already have most of the mythics, as you can see here, this is all the unowned troops that, for me, these are the troops that I still have left to get. And there's very few mythics left for me. Wolf Garrick, War, Plague, and the Enraged Kurandra, Fallen of Valdis, Flame of Anu, and then the regular Kurandra, which I'm waiting for this guy. This was the campaign mythic for the first campaign, and I'm waiting for it to come in the forge. I have way enough diamonds to craft it, so I'm gonna just craft it as soon as it comes into the forge. So that's what I'm waiting for on that one. And when see, this is what I'm talking about. So 24 mana cost on the Flame of Anu, and you got 26 mana cost on Kurandra here. And Kurandra is going to be way more powerful. It deals damage, 32 damage to an enemy boosted by Doom Skulls, and it converts yellow gems to Doom Skulls and conjures a Doom Storm. So that's way more powerful than this guy. So I don't know why Flame of Anu is even a mythic, honestly. But since I always try to collect, and I got most of the mythics already, we're going to go ahead and just open our keys. First thing, though, I want to do is, I've been kind of really not playing as much recently as I should be, really, to keep up with everything. As you can see here, my seals this week is only 281. It's so bad. Like, every single week for, like, a couple of years, I used to max out my seals every single week. And for what I just haven't had the motivation recently to play Gems of War as much. With my job and the pandemic and real life, issues going on, stressing me out. I just haven't had the real motive to play this game as much as I used to. And you guys have probably noticed that in the frequency of my videos, or the infrequency, I should say, of my videos. But first thing we're going to do here is we want to use our guild seals before we use any other type of keys to see if we can get it there first. So I do have orbs, I know I do, and so we're going to use those first here just to get some extra seals. And one thing to note, and I've noticed that some of the newer players always try to use like event keys for trying to get this monthly mythic, and that's just not going to work for you. The event keys are specifically to whatever event's going on this week. And so you can get a different mythic for that kingdom that's the event kingdom. Okay, so that's very important. You don't want to waste your event keys on the monthly mythic. The monthly mythic is only going to show up in... it's only... Let me go to the chest here. Okay, so the monthly new mythic is only going to show up in your glory keys, your gem keys, and guild keys, and VIP keys. Now, I'm pretty confident I'm going to get it. I've had really bad luck in the past, but I have a lot of keys saved up here. Glory keys is 5,530 for me. And then I have a lot of gem keys, and I also am going to start with guild keys. And we have a lot of gems. I have 22,000 gems saved up, so we can dip into VIP if we need to. But I'm going to start with glory keys after we do guild seals. So if we don't get it in the guild seals, we'll go to glory, and then from there we'll go to gem. And if we don't get a gem, then we'll go to VIP. That's what we're going to do. So here we go. We're going to open 50 chests at a time. I got 7 tries here to see if we can get the new mythic. Like I said, I'll probably never use it because I don't see a reason why to use it over something like... compare this new mythic, this Flame of Anu, to something like Yao Gai. Like, that's just... Yao is so much more powerful, and it's like, what, 14 mana cost, and it's a legendary? Like, come on. Like, I expect these developers to make a mythic troop that's actually worthy of the title of a mythic. And I've been disappointed a lot, and that I think they're just lacking creativity. So we didn't get it in our guild seals, so we're going to go ahead and go over to our glory keys here. We're going to open 200 at a time. But yeah, I think they're lacking like a lot of creativity, and honestly, if they're going to release a new mythic every single month, and again, there are packages that you can buy with real money for like $50 that gives you a random mythic, and I think every single mythic should be worth that $50. Like, they really, really should be considering what they're doing with the abilities, because it really makes like me feel bad that somebody's going to get one of these mythics for paying $50 that's like, it's not even as good as a legendary, some of the better legendary troops. So like the Yao here, let's just take a look at it real quick. I got it in this batch. It's going to deal 30 damage to the first 2 enemies, and like, wasn't the mythic doing 32 damage to the first 2 enemies? But then this is boosted by its life, and it steals 4 magic from both enemies, and then on top of that, it transforms all purple gems to red, which it takes red, so it's going to be generating mana for itself. And then on top of that, it steals 3 life from the first enemy when matching red gems. Like, this is so much better of a troop, and it's only 15 mana cost as opposed to the 24 mana cost of the Flame of Anu. Like, come on. Like, really? I feel like the developers are just, like, cheating us on... if something is a mythic, it should be mythic. It should be something... My opinion on this game is that every mythic troop should be above every single legendary troop in powers and abilities. There should be no single mythic troop that is less powerful than a legendary troop. Just, it doesn't make sense to me. It's one of the frustrating things. Like, we could go through a list of probably a dozen or more mythic troops that are much less powerful than the most powerful legendary troops. And to me, that just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't. Especially since, you know, like $50 for a random mythic troop is an option within the game if you want to pay real money. Like, I'm just going to tell you guys the truth, you know, my true opinion, right? So, You know, the Gems of War developers, you know, have never really taken notice of me, and I know like Cinecool has felt that too. Like he really hasn't been noticed a lot by the developers. But I felt that too, where like they don't really notice what you're doing in YouTube content and all that sort of stuff, and that's fine, whatever. But uh, you know, I'm just saying that I have nothing. I have no connections or anything invested in you know, this company, in the developers. The 505, I think, is the company that develops this game. I have nothing really invested or anything personal connections with this company at all. So I'm gonna say whatever I want to say, and I just think that they are gonna cause the downfall of this game eventually because I'm just starting to lose interest in it myself because I'm at towards the end game and it's like there's nothing but grinding at the end game. And a lot of these new troops they come out with every month, it just like this. I mean, look at this. Deals 32 damage to the first two enemies, boosted by burning and fairy fire. Like this could be like a not even a great legendary troop. This could be a standard legendary troop. Like you know, mid-tier legendary troop abilities, not even like something that's great. So why is it a mythic? I don't know. But does it make me want to continue to grind at endgame for more keys to try to get it? No, not really. So, you know, that's kind of sorry if that's sorry if that's a little negative, guys, but it just kind of reflects where I am at with this game right now. Is especially when the campaign was released and you got all these like chore lists upon chore lists of things that you have to do. Like we already have tons of things to do. You got the freaking you know, so many daily things. You got the delves, you got now they're overlapping like sometimes up to 3 different events that you have to do every week. Like, come on, there's only so much that if you're working full time, if you're working anywhere from 40 to like 48, 60 hours, definitely if you're working anywhere from 48 to 60 hours a week with a job, there's like no way that you're going to be able to keep up with this game at its current pace because I work an average of like 48 a week right now. And it's just no way you're going to be able to keep up with all this. You know, 2, 3 events at the same time, and then you got mythics that aren't even worth it. You know, I hate to be such a downer on the game, but I think the developers are missing a huge opportunity here, man. Like, you could make troops that are very, not OP, but at least worthy of their title. Like, I want mythic troops to be actually worth being mythic troops. Look at this. I had like 1,900 gem keys, and haven't even got this thing yet. My luck is really, really bad. Maybe I should just continue doing my PS4 account, because I had such crazy luck on my PS4 account. My PC and mobile account, just like the luck sucks. I'm down at 264, man. Like I'm gonna cry if it goes to 0. So I'm just gonna give up on that. And we've spent 7,000 guild keys. We spent over 5,000 glory keys. And we spent definitely over 1,000 gem keys. I'm gonna go to VIP just because, you know, what the heck here. Didn't even get it the first try on the VIP keys. We got a few good legendaries. Glaceon. See, this is what I'm saying too. Is like Glaceon is a 20 mana cost, and this new mythic is 24. And Glaceon is way more powerful than the new mythic. Like, what the heck? So let's try another one here. There we go. We finally got it. We got 2 of them too. What the heck, man? What the heck? Alright, let's take a look at it again. Once I level it up in this magic, because right now it's level 5. Once I get it to max level there at 20, it'll be the 32, because that's where my current magic is. But this still really is not a powerful mythic at all. Like, I'm not impressed with it at all. No, I'm not going to spend real money on that. So anyway, along with this being a key opening video, we did get it. I suppose I should go in and actually upgrade this thing. But it's not really going to matter because, you know, it's not that good of a mythic troop. Like, Mistralis was actually an interesting mythic troop. I'll give him that. The enchant all allies in 4 or 5 gen matches, and then jumble the board, gain an extra turn. Like, there's some mythics that are interesting. Lord of Slaughter at 27 mana cost is absolute beast. I mean, this thing is amazing. It's OP. Possessed King is worthy. The Great King is worthy. There's just like Tina 9000, the Wild Queen. There's like some really good mythics. And when you look at those mythics and then you look at the Flame of Anu, it's just, even Zilopachli. Like, this guy right here is almost useless. You're never going to use that guy unless it's like the first mythic you get and you're low level. Then it might be useful for you. But there's just some mythics, it's just, I don't know. I don't know what the heck they're doing. Making these mythics that are just garbage. Where is it? There it is. Like, I mean, this isn't the worst troop in the game. But I'm just saying, there is legendary troops that are better than this for like half the mana cost. Like, what the heck is this? 32 damage to the first 2 enemies. And doesn't even generate mana for itself. It's pathetic. Really is. So yeah, I hate to be a downer, I hate to be negative and all that, but that's just, I gotta be honest with you guys. I gotta be real, right? I don't have, other than like a couple, probably 1,000 hours in this game over the last couple of years, I don't have anything really invested in it besides that. Like, I played this game because I enjoyed it for those couple of years, and so I'm going to tell you my honest opinion of what I think's going on. And obviously, this company wants to make money. That's obvious from all the deals they keep shoving in our faces. Like the deal that I got to upgrade my mythic troop here that I just got. They wanted me to pay $34 or $35 or whatever to get all the trade stones for it. And so they're constantly pushing all those deals on you. Let me see. Oh yeah, there was somebody asked in my comments on my last video if I could do kind of like a video on the doomed weapons. So I got it all capped still. Oops. 3 O's. That's an easy mistake. So I'm just going to do a quick video on the Doom weapons that I think are the most important here along with this video of opening keys, just because I'm going to combine the two. Yeah, I could probably wrap this up in the next 10 minutes. So anyway, my favorite doomed weapons, I think, are probably... I think I'm going to have to say that Doomed Glaive is probably the most powerful. And for one reason. It entangles the first enemy. So, if the enemy does skull damage to you and they're entangled, it's 0 attack damage. Now, there's an exception to that, and that's Doom Skulls. So, Doom Skulls still do some damage to the enemy, even if you're entangled. But it's still, a lot of that damage is still mitigated. So, this is why I'm saying this is probably number 1 out of these doomed weapons that convert gems to Doom Skulls, because of that entanglement. Now, it's important that you upgrade this. You're going to need to get some of these scrolls from doing the Doom Tower of that color in order to get that tempering level up there. Once you do, then this is a really powerful weapon. Plus, this weapon, this one and the brown one works pretty well with the King Gab Truffle. Because the King Gab Truffle guy creates green and brown gems. And so the Doomed Club and the Doomed Glaive with that combination, I'm going to say, are probably the two most powerful Doomed weapons. Now, probably third to that is the Doomed Crossbow. And for one reason here, the Doomed Crossbow creates a Doom Skull right here. So this is tempering level 6. Gotta read these Roman numerals. I'm so glad that we have Arabic numerals now. Sorry, I just have to put that in there. Roman numerals frustrate my eyes. Like, I look at, like, X is easy because that's 10, right? But once it gets you, like, V, I, you know, it's like, okay, I know that's 8, but I got to think about it for, like, 5 milliseconds, when if I had Arabic numerals and it was an 8 there, I wouldn't have to think about it for 5 milliseconds. So, I love the Arabic numerals, and, man, it's so easy to read those things. I don't know why. It just is. Roman numerals frustrate me, and I don't know why they did, why they put these in the game. It feels like I'm reading some ancient text that still uses Roman numerals. Anyway, I got sidetracked there on a pet peeve of mine. Sorry about that. This Doom weapon I'm going to rank as third most powerful because it creates a Doom Skull once you upgrade it to level 6. And Doom Skulls, creating that extra Doom Skull, because see, here's what it's going to do. The Doomed Crossbow is going to transform blue gems to Doom Skulls. Now, it's also, if you have that tempering level up to that point, it's going to create an extra Doom Skull, which could give you just that one chance where you're going to get a 4 or a 5 match of Doom Skulls and give you that extra turn. So that's why Doomed Crossbow for me comes in at number 2 or 3. The first two important ones are Doomed Glaive and Doomed Club because they're very good with the looping troops, the King Gob Truffles. And then tied for number 2, or possibly definitely number 3, is Doomed Crossbow. Apart from that, I really don't have an opinion too much on the Doomed Axe, the Doomed Blade, and the, where's the other one? The Doomed Scythe. All of those are still good. You're still going to have good success if you have an opportunity to craft the Doomed Scythe, or Sith, however you pronounce that word there. I've heard it pronounced a couple different ways. But that weapon plus the Doomed Blade or the Doomed Axe, they're all three of those are still very powerful. So if you have the opportunity to craft those, you're not still going to be like wrong to craft them. It's just, in my opinion, I would say Doomed Glaive and Doomed Club are the two most important ones, and then the Doomed Crossbow. So I know, I don't forget who it was in the last video that I made, said that I should do a video on Doomed weapons and ranking them. I know this is, what I did here of summarizing these Doomed weapons is not really that extensive, but that's, I think, enough of what I said gives you an idea of why I think those are the three most important Doomed weapons. So for what it's worth, there you go, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and my bad luck, I mean, geez, I lost a lot of keys this time around, and it wasn't even a good mythic on top of that. So yeah, that's just the way it is in Gems of War. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll still keep making my Souls Forge videos as long as I'm still playing this game. And maybe I'll get the fires of passion reignited for this game in the near future. I know winter's coming up, and I'm probably going to be spending more time indoors on my days off and in my free time than I would outdoors. So that could, give me more time and maybe a little more passion reignited to play this game a little bit more and make some more video content for it. But For now, I don't have any plans of giving up making my weekly videos, and I appreciate all you guys that look for those Monday Soul Forge videos. And I love you guys, and I'll catch you on the next video. Later.